Hi everyone, my name is Maggie. I'm a yoga teacher in Los Angeles, and I want to walk you through a very simple yoga class that is meant to be grounding, and I hope it will make you feel better wherever you're at. I know my energy since watching the debates last night has been heightened, and I felt nervous and out of control and worried, and I just sit in bed and I read on Facebook and I get mad and I'm typing things and I'm all over Instagram. I'm on all these like anonymous sites and all these like revolutionary, let's rise above and change the system, and it's so big. Then I start reading into the depth of what is going on. And a little person like me trying to survive in Los Angeles, just living day by day with 4 jobs, and life is hard just to kind of maintain survival, and let alone change the world. So I just had to sit here and breathe and kind of get my energy back and get my positivity and happiness back. So I am inviting you to come and sit with me in this simple class. We'll just do a few postures and hopefully it will help you as much as it helps me. So I have this backdrop here, and I like it because it's the world that I want to live in. I want to someday live in a yellow house and have animals running around the front and be surrounded by beauty. And I think we all deserve to be surrounded by beauty. So I'm going to bring some beauty into my life right now, and I invite you to come with me. So let's start by sitting in a cross-legged position. You do this wherever you're at. You don't need much space. I'm just on a rug. This is like a 6 foot by 4 foot rug. You don't even need a yoga mat. We're going to cross our ankles and sit up nice and tall. Now, when I sit up tall, I want to relax my face and my shoulders. And one great way to do that is to activate the Mula Bandha, which means the pelvic floor. It's the muscle in between your legs. Now, it might sound kind of goofy, but when you draw that area up, and on the inhale, draw the belly button back to the spine, I'm activating this lower half, which allows me to sit up tall and then relax my face. And when I let that go, I can let my bandhas go. I kind of fall forward like this. I don't want my posture to be slouched because I want to be alert and ready. So I'm going to sit up nice and tall, Mula Bandha in between the legs, pelvic floor, Uddiyana Bandha, the belly button drawn back to the spine. I'm going to try to remember both of these locks. As I sit up nice and tall, I'm going to shut my eyes and relax my shoulders and bring my palms up to receive. Let's just breathe in and maybe let out a breath out the mouth. I like to make my mouth nice and wide when I do that. Let's try it again. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through your mouth. Last time, let's breathe in through the nose. Let's let whatever go that is on our mind that might be worrying us, let that go. Maybe send it outside the room, send it outside your state, send it outside of the globe, whatever you have to do to get rid of whatever might be worrying you right now. We want to try to take the next couple of minutes to solely concentrate on the breath. I want to give my brain a break. So sitting up nice and tall, the bandhas engaged, pelvic floor, Uddiyana Bandha. Let's start to ignite our Ujjayi breath. So that means an inhale through the nose, and exhale out the nose. It's like Darth Vader breath. You hear it in the back of your throat. And inhale. Fill the lungs and exhale. And inhale. 2, 3, 4, and exhale like a metronome. 2, 3, 4, and inhale. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Let's keep up with this pattern and inhale. We want to keep our inhales as long as our exhales. Exhale. And inhale. Fill the lungs and exhale like a raft going out or emptying of air. And inhale. See the breath go down the back of the throat and fill the lungs and exhale. Beautiful. Let's keep up this pattern. A few more rounds of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And inhale. And exhale. I'm going to stop snapping my fingers now. See if you can maintain this pattern. And inhale. Bandhas engaged. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Visualize the breath. Last round of breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Actually, keep maintaining that breath. It can't be our last round. We need to keep that up. Inhale. But that's the last round I will cue. Let's bring your hands together. Really press against either side of your palm. Press against the thumb. I want you to really feel the flesh on either side of your hand. And bring your thumbs to your heart center. Let's keep our breath going. But let's send something out into the world. I want to send out a message to people everywhere, because it's a struggle to survive, and we have it relatively good here in the United States. We don't have a war going on our turf at the moment. I have enough food. I have a shelter. I want to send kindness out to the people, and I want to send kindness to the leaders. I don't know if it's going to take an overthrow of the current leaders, or if their hearts will change. But in this moment and collectively, let's send love to our leaders and to the people around the globe that are suffering right now, and to the animals that are suffering. And at the same time, let's acknowledge with gratitude everything we have. We're going to seal this with an Om. So what we'll do is we'll Om on the exhale. Sitting up nice and tall, bandhas engaged. Relax the shoulders and pressing through the hands. Let's inhale all together. Beautiful. Let's drop the palms, open the eyes. Nice job, everybody. Stay in your cross-legged position. Let's sit up nice and tall. Draw the arms out wide, like you're trying to reach either side of that room. Flip the palms. Let's reach up. Gaze goes up on the inhale. Maybe your palms come together. Drop the shoulders. Bund is engaged. Let's separate the palms and give a nice bow. Let's bow to something beautiful. Reach, reach, reach with those fingertips round the spine, belly button drawn back, and drop those elbows. Once you're here, release the shoulders away from the ears. Get long in your spine. I like to draw my belly button back toward my spine, and I relax my hip flexors, which is the space between my thighs and my torso. Some of you might want to walk your hands out even further and make this real active. And some of you might just want to melt into it. If you want to bring your sit bones up, you can. And put your forehead on the ground. Remember, your yoga is your yoga. I'm just going to be your partner in this, kind of walking you through the steps. But whatever your body needs in this posture, just find it. Let's keep concentrating on our breath. Walk those hands back up. Really nice job. Let's bring the hands to the shoulders. Let's start to paint circles like our elbows are paint brushes. Start to paint big circles and maybe come even wider with it. Put a little spine in it. Rounding the spine on the exhale. Drop the shoulders. And then on the inhale, your chin comes up. Nice back bend there. And then we've got our nighttime flower. Exhaling here. And daytime flower is just opening up and blooming to the world. And nighttime flower. And inhale, chest up. Beautiful. And exhale, round that spine. And then the chest comes up. Should feel really good. Let's reach the arms for the sky. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And on the exhale, come wide. Let the fingertips rest gently at the sides of your mat, of your rug. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Breathe in all of the kindness and love and peace. Bring it in through your nose, down the back of your throat. Fill the lungs and then exhale out whatever it is you're getting rid of. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Bring in everything that is beautiful and of peace. And exhale. Let the hands gently rest at the sides. We're going to get on all fours, okay? So bring those knees under your hips. Let's plant the hands flat on the mat. We're going to stack here, so that means that your elbows are about over your shoulders. Your palms are spread. Your knees are hip distance apart. And we're going to get nice and flat with our back. Now I'm going to leave space between my ears and my shoulders, making that part of my body spacious. I'm drawing my belly button toward the spine, activating my Mula Bandha in between my legs, activating Uddiyana Bandha. My gaze is straight down, and I'm going to lube up the spine a little bit. Let's just thank the spine right now. So we're going to press down on the exhale. Tuck the tailbone, drop the chin toward the chest, round that spine. And on the inhale, the belly comes toward the ground, the shoulders roll back, the chin comes up on the inhale, cow this is called. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, press, and inhale, butt up, shoulders back, chin up, 3, 4, and exhale. Let's try to do that all as little pieces of a big moving part of a big machine. We're inhaling our cow. This is our back bend. And exhale our cat. And inhale. Nice. Really make these count, guys. Exhale, round, round, round. Press with the hands, and let's come back to our tabletop position. Let's try something a little trickier. How about we lift that right hand so its palm is facing the left or the front of the room. Gaze is straight ahead. I've got my ears away from my shoulders. I'm pressing into that left hand. Maybe while I keep my tabletop position, I point that left foot and I really reach. I'm going to point that toe. I'm reaching, reaching, reaching. Maybe I'll flip my palm, reach up toward the sky, chin comes up, put a little back bend into it, and exhale everything down. Let's come back to tabletop position. Nice job, you guys. Let's get back in tabletop. Connect back with your breath. Close your eyes. Breathe in peace. And inhale, breathe in understanding. And exhale. Let's lift that left hand, point the palms toward the right side, get that ear away from the shoulder, make space between your ear and your shoulder. Let's lift that right leg. Can you maintain that tabletop position? Point, 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 that back right toe, reach with that left fingertip and feel that line of energy like a lightning bolt coming from your left middle finger to your big toe on the right side. Then maybe we flip the left palm, press down with that right hand and put a little back bend into it. And let's exhale back into tabletop. Let's bring the big toes together. Separate the knees completely. Bring the tush onto the back of the heels, and let's walk those hands forward. You can let your head rest on the mat. You can make it active by bringing and stretching those arms forward, or you can just flop there. I like to just flop here in child's pose. I'm reconnecting with my breath. Anytime you see thoughts come into your mind, play a game with yourself. We're playing the game of getting those chitta vrittis, those fluctuations of the mind, just floating away and going back to the breath. Let's separate the big toes. So your toes are separated now. Stretch those arms out straight. Let's get the fingers spread out. I'm going to lift my hips. I'm like gluing my hands down. I'm going to tuck my toes, and then I'm going to press my hips up as I hinge back into downward dog. All right, so in downward dog, your feet are about hip distance apart. Mine are a little wider. I'm really pressing down through my palms. And I'm going to start by getting my ears around my shoulders. Then I'm going to make space. Remember that spaciousness. Then I'm going to drop my head like it's heavy, heavy. And the very subtle action, if you can understand this, it's the outer triceps are sort of moving toward the ground. So I'm flattening the top of my shoulders, almost like I could frost the back of my shoulders. So they're not like crunched up the opposite way. The outer triceps are making space. And I'm going to really press down. And ooh, I cracked. And I'm going to start to just pedal my dog gently. It means I'm pressing down through my heel. Going back to my inhales and my exhales. My head is heavy, heavy. And I'm going to pause here in down dog as I walk my feet toward my hands. And I'm going to pause in a nice forward bend here. I want to just gently make my arms like spaghetti here. So become very heavy in the top half of your body. Then I like to draw my belly button back. I start to straighten my legs slightly. I want to feel this nice hamstring stretch. Let the face and the shoulders become really, really heavy. Fill that breath with air. On the exhale, it's almost like it's an ocean. And on the inhale, the tide is going out. And on the exhale, it's coming in, and with every exhale, our body opens up a little bit deeper. The tide comes in little by little. Then I'm going to bring mental attention first to my spine, and then keeping my arms heavy, I'm going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Draw my belly in. My chin is last to come. Oh. And then I'm going to stand up and meet me at the top of your mat. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to spread those toes. Let's get them about hip distance apart. Tuck that tailbone. So I have a tendency to kind of stand with my butt sticking out. I want to tuck the tailbone. That means just draw this area down. Draw the front of the pelvis up. So you can take your hands and actually move your body. All right? I'm going to sit up nice and tall, shoulders heavy. My Uddiyana Bandha, my Mula Bandha is engaged. This part of the body is really engaged. My head and my shoulders are heavy and relaxed, and my gaze is straight ahead. My gaze, or my dristi, has a spot. And we want to be powerful with our gaze as we are friendly warriors. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Tadasana, or mountain pose. Reconnecting with the breath. Check in with how you're doing. How are those fluctuations of the mind? Those thoughts that we constantly have flipping through our head. And if you see them come in, just see them drift away and go back to the breath. I'm going to open my eyes as I release my hands. Now let the breath lead you. Yoga is a moving meditation. It means union or yoke, and it's yoking our breath and our movement. But for peace and for love, we want to be riding this wave of our breath. So our bodies are just part of this wave. So we're going to start to inhale first, then let the arms come with you. Swan dive up, flip the palms on the way up, drop the shoulders, gaze goes up, maybe the palms come together. Find your Tadasana. And exhale, arms come wide. We're going to lead with a flat back. The chin is the last to come down, and bend those knees. Palms are going to touch the ground. You might need to really get those knees bent. I want you to feel the earth here. It's important that your palms are flat on the ground and you're really pressing into the earth. Drop your head. On the inhale, we're going to come to our fingertips with a flat back. Get the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, I like to roll the fingers down. See, they're cracking. Plant your hands heavy. Head is heavy. Drop the head. We're going to do it one more time. On the inhale, come to your fingertips. Gaze is forward about 2 feet. Get the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, plant the hands. Drop the head. Heavy, heavy head. Inhale, we're going to go wide, wide, wide. The chin is the last to come. Make it like a wave on the inhale. And exhale, palms stay together. Bring them to your heart center. Gaze is straight ahead. And then drop the hands. Beautiful. Surya Namaskara A, sun salutation. So let's make this one really lovely. I'm just going to adjust the camera here for a minute. Yep. All right, so meet me at the top of your mat. Get those feet spread. All right, we're going to find our Tadasana here. Drop the shoulders. The arms can either come wide like a swan dive or straight ahead on the inhale. Gaze goes up, drop the shoulders. Exhale, arms come down either in front of you or to your sides. Bend those knees, get the hands planted. Exhale everything out. The raft is completely empty. Inhale, shoulders roll back, gaze 2 feet forward. Listen, we're going in this time. Exhale, plant the hands, step back with your right, then step back with your left. Find your Tadasana in your plank. So get those shoulders away from the ears. Press powerfully down through your hands. Press through your ankles, and some of you might even want to bring your knees to the ground. If you're challenged in full plank position. Now listen, we're going to chaturanga, so halfway down. Get the knees on the ground if it's too hard, but find where your biceps are parallel with the ground. We're going to tuck one foot and then the next. Press everything back and up. Roll the shoulders back. And then tuck the feet. Press back into downward dog. Let's reconvene with our breath. We're going to walk through that one again. So pressing back with your hands. Maybe pedal your dog a little bit. Going back to your breath. And let's walk the feet forward towards your hands. Get a nice foothold so that your feet are hip distance apart. Drop the palms. So flip the hands so your arms become like spaghetti. Draw the belly button toward the spine. Pelvic floor is lifted. Roll up one vertebrae at a time with heavy, heavy arms. Beautiful. And meet me at the top of your mat. Check back in with your breath. Ujjayi breath, inhale. And exhale. Yoga is for everybody. It's not just for flexible people or for people that wear yoga pants or for ladies or for little people or big people. It's for everybody. Because it's about becoming connected with our bodies and our feelings and these vessels that we live in. We're going to walk through this one more time. I'm going to go slow. Drop the arms. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the tailbone. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Gaze is straight ahead. We're going to inhale, lift the arms, drop the shoulders, gaze up. Exhale, bend those knees as you get those hands to the ground. Press the earth, drop the head. Inhale, shoulders back, gaze forward 2 feet. Exhale, plant the hands, step back first with your right, then with your left, still on the exhale, bend the elbows till the biceps are halfway down, tuck the feet so the tops of the feet are on the mat, press everything back. Upward dog, then tuck the toes again, press it all back. Downward dog. You'll get this, I promise. Let's get the knees on the floor, wide knees, big toes together, and get the tush over the ankles. Drop the head into the mat. Relax the hip flexors. Check back in with your breath. We're going to walk the hands forward a little bit. Separate the big toes, lift the tush, tuck the toes, press in through the hands, meet me in downward dog. Now listen, I'm going to get my feet under my hips, my hands, I'm pressing down powerfully. I'm going to lift my right leg pointed straight back and see if I can keep my hips parallel with each other. Then I'm going to bend my right knee, open up my hip like there's an eyeball on my hip, and I want to look under my right armpit. So the hip has an eyeball on it. It wants to look at the side of that room. This feels so, so good. Some of you might want to continue the motion. All that means is you pick up that right arm, get both toes pointed toward the back of the room, and lift that right hand up toward the ceiling as you press through with your left hand. Drop the head. Everybody else, just stay in your modified version here, and then meet me here in down dog. Press the hands back. We're almost done with our standing positions here, okay? So we're going to lift that right foot. Keep the hips parallel so both hip bones are pointed toward the ground. Then bend that left knee. You're going to look under that left armpit like that left hip has an eyeball on it and it's looking at the camera. Really press down. Fill the body with air as you just get a nice side body stretch, and some of you are just going to continue it all the way around, pressing down through that right arm, lifting with the left. And then everyone else just stay in your modified version like this. And then we'll come back into our downward dog, and I'm going to walk my feet toward my hands, drop forward on the exhale, let everything out. And then let's roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let's face forward. Bring your hands to heart center. I want to make sure I'm still recording. Okay. Close the eyes. Stand up nice and tall. On the inhale, fill the lungs. And on the exhale, release. And inhale, standing up nice and tall. And exhale. Everything down. We're going to drop the hands. I just wanted to share a short class with you today, so let's all get back on our mats in a cross-legged position here. Closing your eyes, let's bring the palms down. How about down to ground? And the energy of this position is a little bit more reflective than the energy that we have in the very beginning, which is a little bit more expectant. So I'm sitting up tall, but all I'm doing is just making a mental note of how my body feels right now. And that was a short little class, but it's a little start in body connection. And in breathing. And in flowing with our breath that sustains us. So sitting up nice and tall, let's bring our hands to heart center. I'm going to lower my chin. Jalandhara Bandha is another lock in yoga, and it's at the inside of your neck, underneath your throat here. This could be like the core of our throat. And Uddiyana Bandha like the core of our earth, our little individual earths. So I've got my Mula Bandha, my Uddiyana Bandha, my Jalandhara Bandha. They're all engaged. I'm sitting up tall. My face is relaxed. My eyes are relaxed. Bringing your hands to heart center. Press those thumbs against your chest. Sending out our message of peace and love and kindness for all beings. Namaste. Let's gently take the hands, bring your body to a long, flat position on the mat. Savasana, or corpse pose, just means that you're laid out, letting your body absorb what just happened to it. So let's rest here together for a few moments. Let's see if in this posture we can completely relax. So scan the body, starting with the top of the head, holding no tension at all in our eyes or mouth, like we're floating in a salty sea, just bobbing on the surface. Letting the shoulders relax. Your mouth is relaxed and heavy. Hip flexors and ankles are relaxed. And let's pause here. And start to wiggle your toes, Wiggle your fingers. And let's roll onto your right side in a fetal position. Just pause here. Thank yourself for taking this time to ride your breath like a wave, to yoke your body and your breath, to yoke your mind and your body, to bring a little nugget of peace and truth and kindness in form of a wave, in form of an actual sound wave, and in form of a meditation. So pressing up, keep your eyes closed here. And we're going to start the way we began, with our legs crossed. Remember our posture of expectation and reflection. I'm bringing my palms up to receive. Sitting up tall, I'm going to press my fingers and thumbs together and draw my thumbs toward my chest, so my thumbs are over my chest. Remembering what it is I see for the world in the future, the healing that will take place, the awakening of minds, people waking up to what is important. Raising the chin, keeping your eyes closed, we're going to send out an Om. An Om is just like sand on the speaker. And when you turn that speaker on, that sand levels out. And the Om does that to our bodies on the inside, and it also sends that sound wave out into the world. So inhaling all together as a community. Opening your eyes, dropping your hands. The light in me acknowledges the light in you, and I encourage you to see the light in everybody today. Namaste.